How do you tell a loved one or friend that you are not able to find a job? Or even the reason that you can't find a job is due to the way that you identify. For example, how would you feel if you got denied a job based on the fact that you identify as a male and the sole reason you didn't get hired was they preferred a female candidate? As a person, how would you feel if you're on the receiving end of this? As ultimately, this is who you are, and this would ultimately make an individual feel as they're being discriminated against. As a study done by Irrigate News shows that LGBTQ plus adults are more likely to live in poverty and suffer from unemployment. As represented in this graph, you can see the poverty rate prior to COVID-19 of LGBTQ Americans, as 1 in every 5 LGBTQ plus American adults live in poverty. And if you look on my graph to the right, you could see the American employment rate prior to COVID-19 of LGBTQ plus individuals. As you can see, that 1 in 10 LGBTQ plus Americans were unemployed. Now, why is all this information relevant? This brings me to my point that LGBTQ plus individuals are more prone to workplace discrimination, which has resulted in an unfair workplace. So how do we deal with the problem at hand? First, we must work to build a more inclusive workplace, which can be done through policies and practices that prohibit discrimination against sexual identity and gender identity. While also implementing these policies, we need to work to create a more inclusive and welcoming workplace for all. As aside from the workplace, we need to advocate for legal protections to make efforts to prohibit discrimination against sexual identity. As our generation progresses, we need to change society's attitude to combat stereotypes. We should be promoting the positive towards the LGBTQ plus people instead of discriminating against them.